Alright everyone, we are live again. Alright, welcome back to another stream, and today we're going to continue building our lovely space plane that we were building yesterday, in fact. So yeah, once this thing actually loads up, we can get started. And yeah, here it is. So if you haven't seen yesterday's stream, well, we built this and did a few test flights. And, you know, I still need to, I guess, refine this space plane. But, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. And then also we need to build a booster for this thing. But then, you know, we should be pretty much done. So, yeah. Alright, so, let's see. I'm gonna fill this thing up. And sort of see where our center of mass and stuff is gonna be placed. Alright. Okay, so one thing I noticed last stream, it's very obvious actually. Basically it has a very hard time keeping its nose up. So I think what I need to do is A, move my wings forward. And B, I mean, that might just be it, you know. Let me just check if this has any... This does not have any payload. Alright, that's fine. And for some reason, my stream is not showing up on my channel page. Very strange. Can I fit a... I can fit a crew cabin in. Okay, because I might want to add this to the space station, for example. Does this thing have unmanned... the manned experiments? Oh, it does not. That's kind of rough. I guess it's not. Does this not really count as a proper habitation? I'm a little bit surprised by that. Alright. Is my stream not online? Ooh. Okay. I'm dropping a few frames. But I think it's... Okay, I think it's managing. Yeah, my stream hasn't shown up on my channel page yet, so... I'm gonna need that to happen. Never mind, here it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna post this in my Discord. Which, you know, if you haven't joined it, then go ahead and join it. You are mandated to do so. You have no choice but to join my Discord. Alright. Alright, there we go. Okay, so. Let me actually publish that. Okay, let's go. So, for everyone who is just joining, we are, you know, continuing the construction of this space plane. And I think I have a name for it. I think we're going to go with Callisto. Because... You know, we have Enceladus, and I might go for, you know, the kind of naming scheme of naming stuff after planets of real, or moons of real planets, I should say. And welcome, Elijah Ryan. I hope I've said that right. I can't remember if I got it right in the last stream, but yeah, welcome back. Okay, so... actually, it doesn't really matter how stable this thing is when it's all fueled up, because remember... this thing doesn't need to fly fully fueled. You know, it's just going to be sat on top of a booster. And, you know, how we're going to get that thing to be stable is, you know, it's an interesting question. But I'm sure I will find a way. So let's go ahead and empty these tanks. And I will have a little bit of fuel, you know, in the rear tank. Oh, I got your name right. Okay, that's good. I'm not good at names, but it's nice to know that I actually got that one right. Okay, so what I did want to do, I'm going to get rid of these canards and instead make my own. And, you know, hopefully something a little bit bigger. And I mean, it kind of looks a bit silly with the wings right in the middle, but it's not that bad. Okay, so we're going to grab a... all-moving procedural control surface. What that means is that the entire wing basically is going to be able to pivot. and sort of acts as a control surface. Okay, so we're going to hit J to open up our procedural wing menu, and I mean, I've had a little bit of practice with this, but we're going to go for, I mean, it needs to be smaller than this for starters, but we're going to go for, if I can do this, there we go, that kind of shape. And okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move this forwards. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and offset this a bit further forwards. Like so. Okay. I'm going to compare this to the standard canards because I think it's a good thing to model my canards after. So I think that ought that is that a thing you can say, that ought to? That just sounds weird. Okay, that needs to be a little bit further back. I think I'm going to try and make this like sort of like a swept wing kind of thing. I think that's kind of nice. I don't know how I can get that bit there. Actually, one thing I can do is have that really close together and then sort of expand that. Actually, there might be a way to change the side texture as well. So let's see if I can grab this and then let's see. Trailing. Okay, that's leading and trailing edge, and then surface. I don't know if there's a way I can really edit the sides, but oh well. I can live with this. Welcome, Robster Plays. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. I don't know if I like those canards, honestly. I think they're a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a bit smaller. And I think that's a bit more like it. I'm just going to offset that towards the front a lot more, and we can kind of clip it inside. In fact, now what I can do is... Can I? No, I can't. I can't do that. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to try and get this to look a bit more in place, I guess. That still looks strange. Okay, so that kind of thing works quite nicely. And then, because basically the point is I wanted bigger canards. So if we compare that to the ones that we had before, which with these, I mean, they're actually not bigger. So yeah, we're going to make this a bit wider. And maybe a bit like thicker as well. And I think that is pretty nice. And if I could get rid of these, if the game would let me, that'd be really good. There we go. Okay. So how does this look, chat? I'm going to need your opinion on this, because I think it looks okay, but maybe, you know, maybe I'm biased. I think, you know, the main thing is, will it actually keep my nose up? You know, I just need a solid control surface here at the front. Okay, so what I did want to do is, you know, give this thing another test flight. Try and go, try and re-enter this from curb and orbit, and just see how it fares really. So, yeah. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and name this. It's gonna be the Callisto 1 Orbiter, because I think that's a cool name. I think the back wing is too far forward. I know it looks like it, but it's actually, you know, given the position of the center of mass is very far forward on this. So the wings need to be far forward as well. But yeah, welcome to the chat, Notative. It is good to see you here. We're going to go ahead and set up a simulation for this, and hopefully I can actually get this one to work. Something I am going to do is just go for a little bit more of a shallow angle of attack on my re-entry. Because in general, you know, it reduces the amount that your plane has to work to keep its nose up. Because, you know, if you're going for like, you know, 40, 50, 60 degrees of angle of attack, you know, especially when your plane is as stable as this, it's gonna have to actually work really hard to bring that nose up. So if you can, you know, if you can go for a shallower angle of attack, you know, it reduces the amount of work and might be a bit more achievable. Because when I tested this last time, I basically, you know, couldn't keep my nose up as much, wasn't generating enough drag, and that meant that, you know, I would just go screaming past the KSC and, you know, land on the next continent to the east. So, you know, we're going to have to go for a slightly more, I guess, realistic angle of attack. Or something slightly more manageable for this plane. Alright, this is going to be a familiar process. Okay, I installed a new contract pack called Tourism Plus. I'm not going to load passengers. Alright, turn off FMRS. Let's get our trajectories all set up. So, we want to be heading prograde, of course, because this is a plane and that's what planes do. Okay, so our entry angle of attack is going to be... Let's try 30 degrees. 30 degrees for the high atmosphere. Actually, we'll go for like 26 degrees. And then for the low atmosphere, we're going to go for more like 15 degrees. And then no angle of attack for our final descent. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around to the opposite side of the planet to the KSC. And we're going to do a deorbit burn. Alright, I'm surprised I have this little Delta V actually, but I think it's okay. I'm actually just going to go ahead and turn on infinite propellant because I'm going to want, you know, realistically I would hopefully have more left over than this, so, you know, I also need it for RCS as well as propulsion. Alright, does this thing, have I failed at version control? No, okay. I was surprised by how slowly it was turning, so I was thinking, you know, have I got an old version with no reaction wheel? Something I am going to do is... Oh, okay, well I can't edit my action groups in flight. I'm pretty sure I need a vehicle assembly building upgrade for that, so whatever. Alright. So let's see what kind of periapsis we're going to need to reach the KSC. I'm just going to go off of what trajectories is telling me. Because, you know, it's fairly reliable. It's just relying on the fact that I am going to be able to keep my nose up. You know, 30 degrees. You know, when I'm entering, so. Okay, so our periapsis is going to be low. Our periapsis is basically just going to be 0, so it's going to be just about touching the ground. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go surface. And then... Okay, yeah. So we're going to do that. 0, 0. Our heading wants to be... no, our heading needs to be 90. Our pitch needs to be 0. Although, actually, I'm going to put this at 30 degrees. Because that's our angle of attack. Okay. So there we go, our plane is all nice and lined up. We can go ahead and enter the atmosphere. And sorry that it's very dark, it's just, you know, it's something called nighttime. Don't know if you've heard of it, but yeah. It's a thing that exists. So we're coming in at quite a steep angle. We already have, you know, almost 100 meters per second of vertical velocity. So this is quite a steep re-entry profile. Given that I'm coming in... I mean, I'm coming in from halfway around the planet, so like... I think it's okay. So what I can do to increase how far I'm going is pitch my nose down. Pitching it down increases how far I'll go, pitching it up will decrease that. Let's go. Now if you look at my vertical speed, we're already generating enough lift to actually kind of stop our descent a little bit. So as you can see, our vertical speed is actually rising instead of falling. You know, this thing does have a very, very solid glide ratio. I'm going to go ahead and put on RCS to help keep that nose up. And yeah, physics time warp is not being very cooperative. Is there a mod pack I can download from like CurseForge or something without having to download every mod? Okay, well, if you have CCAN, I will make it easier. But yeah, at the moment there isn't a mod pack, but I think I can actually export my mod pack using CCAN, so that I might do that. Since more people than I expected are, you know, asking for this kind of thing, so yeah. Alright, so we're starting to see some re-entry flares here. And, you know, I'm not actually sure how this re-entry is going to go. As you can see, our current non-atmospheric trajectory is falling well short of the KSC. But I'm gonna go ahead and put my trust in trajectories. Because, you know, it has been, I mean, it has been reliable in the past. You know, when I've actually been able to, you know, fly the plane correctly. So all I want to do is just land this on the runway, and I'll be a happy man. Alright, I need to pitch up my nose here. We'll go to 26 degrees, because that's what it says on trajectories. I also have a drogue chute on the back here, so we can use that to slow down a little bit before touchdown. That, you know, I'm just going to have to actually do it correctly, because last time, I don't know who was, you know, if any of you were actually there, I tried touching down in the middle of nowhere, and I deployed my chute, and then I ended up slowing down too much, got into a stall. So I think, I need to, you know, be right above the runway when I deploy it, not like, you know, 50 or 100 meters above the ground. And B, it might be helpful to have an action group set up to cut my parachute. You know, that could probably help me from stalling. Alright, so we're actually generating enough lift to ascend now. And in fact, if we look at trajectories, it's really hard to tell because of Kerbin's curvature, but it almost looks like that's what trajectories is telling me. So yeah, okay, so we can see here we're gonna slightly overshoot, so we're gonna pitch the nose up. But actually generating lift like this is great because we're, you know, increasing the amount of time we spend in the upper atmosphere is, you know, useful because that's going to decrease the amount of loads, both thermal and, I guess, accelerate, you know, G-force loads on upplane. Trajectories never lies, yup. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty reliable mod. I haven't really had issues with it in the past, so... Okay, I think we could go ahead and physics warp here. Once we start seeing oscillations like that, that's not really great, but... Okay, we're just gonna go with 2 times physics warp. I think that's fine. So actually, I'm just curious to see if I can see the desert runway anywhere. It should just be over here somewhere. It's too dark. I think that's it right there. And then we should also have the pyramid is like somewhere there. I don't know. I don't know the features of Kerbin too well, but yeah, I just remember that the pyramid, or I guess it's not really a pyramid. It's more of like a temple, desert temple kind of thing. That's kind of near the desert runway. It's just over some mountains. Alright, so we're coming into the daylight side here. Looking very, very nice, this sunset. And, you know, we are bleeding off speed here. This is good. Okay, so trajectory says that we're falling short of the KSC. We're going to pitch our nose down to reduce drag. And, you know, as you can see, I mean, we're only in, you know, the upper parts of the atmosphere here, but... You know, we've been in this sort of altitude region for quite a long time, and, you know, we're not pulling, you know, not even nearly 1G, so, you know, should be nice and manageable for our Kerbals, although, you know, they have very good G-force tolerance. You know, Jeb has 7Gs, Bill can do 6.1. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Welcome, Yagoda Mag. It's great to see you here again. You're in, like, basically all of my streams at this point. So, you know. thank you for coming to my streams, I guess. That's always great. Alright. So yeah, we're definitely falling short. I'm going to bring my nose down a decent amount. Okay, I think this is looking... is it looking more promising? Will we have enough glide ratio to make it back? Maybe if we just pitch our nose like right down. Just for a little bit. Alright. I mean, yeah. Our controls are still having to work pretty hard to keep that nose up. As you can see, if you look at the bottom right, our pitch indicator is quite, quite far up. It's basically halfway. And that's with RCS on. No, our RCS makes a pretty big difference when it comes to control. Alright, we're really starting to see a bit of heating now. We have lost connection because of the plasma. Although, we're about to drop below the hypersonic barrier, which is Mach 3. Okay, so our trajectory is looking a little bit better now. We can pitch up our nose a little bit. But, I guess a cool thing about using space planes is generally, if you can do it right, the G-forces are going to be much, much less than, I guess, a standard crew capsule re-entry. Like, we haven't even hit 1G yet, and we're already coming below hypersonic. Like, with a crew capsule, we might be hitting, like, 2 or 3 Gs at this point, so... Okay, we're losing speed fast, which is kind of worrying, but we do have a lot of altitude to our name. So I'm not too worried. I think we should just be able to glide this thing back. In fact, we're still gaining altitude. Even at, supersonic speeds. Alright. So I guess we're going past 30 kilometers here. And we are currently on a route to overshoot the KSC here, so we can bring our nose up. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. It's always great to have something like Smart ASS here because, you can be so precise with your, attitude control. I mean, that's what it's for, really. Alright, we're below Mach 2 here, so, definitely not going very fast. Actually, this might be... Hang on. Can I remember this? So, I believe the speed of sound goes down. No, the speed of sound goes up with... I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Okay, forget it. I obviously don't know my atmospheric fluid dynamics, whatever it's called. Alright. Okay, so our controls are kind of getting saturated here. Okay, I'm going to just bring my nose down anyway, because we need a, as much glide ratio as we can get if we want to make it back. Alright, let's just go all the way to horizontal. Okay, so we're really starting to pick up a little. Your rotating gravity video is great. Oh, thank you. I mean, it was the first voiceover video I made. So, I mean, I could, like, if I redid the video, I could probably do a lot better. And, kind of frustrating considering that's my second most viewed channel. I'm not, like, super proud of it. And there's a lot of stuff I didn't explain very well. But, I mean, I'm glad you like it. So, hey, it's called thermodynamics. I guess, kind of. I don't know if, like, like, speed of sound and stuff is thermodynamics or... Okay, look, I don't know much about this kind of stuff, okay, so I'm not one to say. Okay, well, we're gonna be dropping, we're gonna be subsonic pretty soon. But that's fine, we've managed to glide really, really far, actually. I'm impressed. And, so far, our control has been decent. It's having to work very hard, but it's managing. It can keep up. Okay, I'm going to continue to monitor my trajectory path. So at the moment, we are overshooting the KSC. Now let's zoom in a little bit. So yeah, we are going to be going past the KSC. But if we can bring our nose up, then we should be able to prevent that from happening. So 20 degrees angle of attack, we should be killing off a little bit of speed. Yeah, we just happen to have a lot of altitude. In fact, we're still gaining vertical speed here. Alright. I should probably start descending. I mean, I will be naturally descending if I bring my nose up. Because, you know. Okay, so I am descending now. And as you can see, I am able to bring my trajectories marker a little bit closer to the KSC now. That's what we want. Okay, and now we're starting to stall. That's fine. You know, at these kinds of altitudes, it's hard to maintain flight. So that's not necessarily a bad sign. Okay, maybe it is. I don't know. It's having to work really hard. This is a much more of a steep descent profile than what I'm used to. Well, at least a more steep final approach, I should say. At this point, I'd probably be around 10 kilometers or so, but of course, we are much lower than that. Okay, I'm actually going to bring my nose down a little bit. Because, you know, like you said, I do want to be descending here. It's, the nose isn't going down. Okay, there we go. Now it is. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to start going into a bit of a dive here. Alright, we're gonna be pulling a few G's here, but don't worry about it. Alright, what we can do is extend our landing gear, because they can kind of act as an air brake. And help us to slow down even more. Okay, we're just gonna go for a nosedive, and we might pull a few G's in the process, but that's fine. I'm gonna actually take manual control of this now. Oh wow, okay. So we're gonna turn off RCS, that might help. Why is it okay, it's really starting to oscillate. Which I don't like. So let's kill off some speed. Alright, yeah, the final approach needs some work, for sure. There we go, we should... Okay, we're pulling a lot of G's here. But, okay. I think this is doable. Okay, we're going to put on our brakes and... Come on, bleed off the speed. We don't want to be going this fast. We have a drogue chute, which will probably come in handy. Okay, so it's not... Yeah, Bill's not very comfortable, I can see. He is not liking the G-forces, but, Alright, here we go, coming into land. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Pull up. Pull up hard, alright. Okay, this is, not going to be an easy landing. Drogue. Come on. Alright, drogue's out. And touchdown. Okay, we did it. We did it. Wow. Okay. That was very close. That was that was a very, very tight margin there, but we managed to make it down to the surface. And I'd say that this version of the plane works. I think it absolutely works. So I'd say that's a successful test. You know, definitely not the smoothest final approach ever, but, you know, if it does the trick, you know, I think we take those. So, alright. Now we just gotta put this thing on a booster and we should be done. I say that like that's gonna be really quick. Still haven't decided what I want to do for this booster, but we'll get there. I just built a refueling station around Juno. That's actually a really cool idea. You know, maybe in this series we'll see a few refueling stations. Yeah. I just successfully launched the Hubble Space Telescope into orbit. Nice. Alright, okay, so we're gonna put this thing into a good configuration for launch. Let's retract these gear and switch editor. And okay, we're going to need to design a booster for this. So let's call it Callisto 1. Select the whole thing. And I might want to rotate this so it's... I don't know which way around I want it. Maybe like that. Okay, so we need to design a booster. Alright, let's do this. Actually, let's get this thing fully fueled. And when it is fully fueled, it should have an... Yeah. Okay, so it has an atmospheric delta V value of 17k. 1.7k, actually. Okay, so that's not horrible. Yeah, chill guy, if you could not spam, that would be great. Scuff shuttle. Yep, this is definitely a scuff shuttle. Okay, so we're gonna need a pretty decent booster for this. I mean, I normally give my boosters like 2k delta V, and then my orbit, you know, my upper stage, this kind of delta V. So I think we can get this to work. And you can also, you know, if we make this into a tanker variant, so, you know, remove the docking port, grab a procedural tank, and then make this as big as you can, while still fitting inside the, you know, payload bay. You can get some extra delta V. Except it's really not that much. And it's an extra 300 basically, and you know that's not very much. Not gonna really get us anywhere. All right. Anyway. Okay. So how are we gonna, you know, first things first. We're gonna need to build some sort of interstage for this. So let's grab a procedural stack decoupler. And now this thing has its own shroud, as you can see. Why don't you get big plane to take small plane out of the atmosphere. Use FMRS to orbit the small plane and land the big plane at the KSC. That's doable, but with my current technology, the best jet engine I have is the Panther. And as you can see, it maxes out at Mach 1.8, so you can go hypersonic with this, but really, for hypersonic flight, Whiplash is ideal, and of course we don't have that unlocked, so yeah. Alright, let's... hang on. Oh, I see what that does. Okay, so you can change the configuration. I might go with the, let's not scale this up. I'm gonna go with the bowtail variant, actually. I think that looks coolest. Doesn't quite fit in with these textures, but I think it's decent. Okay, I'm going to turn off Shroud and make our own interstage, basically. I think this is the bearing we want. I'm going to upscale this. The base is going to be, I think 2.5 meters. And then... okay, it might look a little bit strange. Okay, so it wants to do that. Okay, so let's say grab these fairings. Place them in symmetry. Okay, it's not super elegant. But, I mean, it's also not terrible. I might want something bigger than 2.5 meters, to be honest. Actually, no, we'll just see what I can do. I was thinking of making this reusable, but... I mean, we'll see. That might be doable. But it's going to be difficult for sure. Alright, so let's just make a giant booster. Okay, well that actually exceeds the height limit, I'm guessing. So let's not exceed the height limit. Okay, now the best engine we have is that engine cluster. And actually, you know, that has... that's definitely good enough to get this thing into orbit. I mean, it looks really, really silly. The center of pressure is all the way up here. Actually, we can fix that with some relatively small fins. And I kind of want to try reusing this. I was working on a self-landing Falcon 9 earlier, but my online Zoom is about to start, so I'm waiting for it. RIP. Alright, so this is what we're working with. Yeah, you know, if I want to reuse this, I might actually be able to. Actually, this exceeds the height limit anyway, so we're going to have to make this a little shorter. Yeah, like that. Okay. And, you know, for an expendable booster, that's going to work. And what kind of costs are we actually looking at? Hang on, I need to grab this by the decoupler. Okay, well, this is literally half the cost of the entire thing, so yeah. You might want a fairing. I don't think I can put a fairing around this. With KOS. Oh no, well, at least you can actually do KOS, you know. I tried to do it at some point, but I was not very good at it. Okay, what's the biggest diameter I can make? Not big enough. Okay. Well, this thing's not going to be able to land itself, so we might go with... actually, we can add SRBs. And, you know, they might not be able to recover those, but they're cheap. Okay, so let's say, you know, we're going to use these procedural SRBs. And make them 1.25 meters. Make them a little longer. Okay, so these are nice and cheap. And I'd be happy expending these boosters. Alright, got to go. I'll come back later if I'm still streaming. Have a good stream. Alright, thanks for coming, Notative. And yeah, have a good one. Okay, so if I am going to use SRBs, I might as well use a smaller first stage engine. Which I don't have unlocked. I can go ahead and unlock something like the skipper or the mainsail. I'd imagine to be honest, the skipper would probably do the trick. Okay. And we might go for an orange tank if that, you know, if that tickles my fancy. Because I think we have a decent orange texture somewhere. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty decent. It's gonna... I think it's aerodynamic enough to not need a fairing. I mean, as you can see, my sensor pressure isn't too far down. Isn't too far up, I should say. So, if I add fins to the bottom, you know, we might actually be alright. Okay, so let's see what first stage engines we can pick up. I'm thinking a skipper could probably lift this thing. If not, we can use a mainsail. And I guess throttle it down. And I'm thinking of maybe recovering this first stage. Yeah, like I said, I'd be happy to expend those boosters because they are cheap. They are dirt cheap. Okay, so heavier rocketry will give us skipper and mainsail ? No, we don't get the mainsail. That's in quite heavy rocketry. That's okay. I think I can get away with the skipper. Okay, so it's not really fully optimized for sea level. But I think that's okay. There's also the Bobcat, which just isn't powerful enough. And actually, we have the Marlin 1D engine, so we could actually use a few of those. Well, I mean, we could get, you know, the mainsail. Okay, mainsail's too powerful. The bore is... Bore could work. But let's just research this for now. And I kind of want to see if I can get a procedural tank upgrade. Because, you know, we're not going to get it now, but might be nice to do 3 meter or 3.75 meter rockets. But I think I can get this thing to, land, have landing capabilities. Like I've said, if it means throwing away some SRBs, I'm absolutely fine with that. They cost about 3.5k each, and that's only going to make up a fraction of the launch cost. So, yeah. All right, what I'm going to do is actually make all of these into orange tanks, because all of my rockets so far pretty much have just been plain white, and that's kind of boring. Okay, so the good old skipper engine. Here it is. And let's see what variant we're going for. I think the Boattail looks quite nice. Okay, so these things are gonna need to be on decouplers. For obvious reasons. It doesn't really matter where they're mounted. Now, okay. For those of you familiar with the, I guess a space shuttle's a bit of an example of this. If you're gonna have a... Okay, so if you're thinking about safety and you want something with no, abort mechanism. So, we don't have any sort of abort tower or anything that's gonna pull our plane away from the rocket. SRBs kind of aren't ideal because you can't shut them down. So, say we wanted to abort, okay, what would we do? Well, if we didn't have SRBs, we could, attempt to detach this and glide it back. But since we have SRBs, detaching it is not going to be super easy. But, the SRBs aren't going to really make up that much of the total thrust. I guess, just don't be a bad pilot and just don't need to abort in the first place would be great. That was not a sentence that made sense, but forget it. Alright, let's fix our staging real quick and see what kind of TWR we're working with. That's actually fine because, yeah, I feel like this shouldn't be a feature really, but, procedural parts literally just lets you increase the thrust of your SRBs at will, without adding any mass. Which is, yeah, kind of silly, but that's a thing. And actually, this thing, okay, well, we're going to have to be able to land this. So we're not going to be able to, use up all of that Delta V, really, but... In fact, what I should do is, give this thing a probe core and stuff. That's pretty important. So let's do that. We don't have any RGUs, but I think the Octo is good enough. We're going to scale that up to 200%. And yeah. Alright then, I might make this into a separate file so that I can work on this separately. But actually, you know what? Let's see what we have. I know that we have some grid fins, which are great. Do I have medium grid fins? I only have the small ones, which is I mean, I have science points. I can probably go and unlock a better grid fin. Let's see what we have in terms of landing legs. Okay, these are pretty big. Wow. We're not going to need anything that big. Okay, we're going to grab the medium landing legs. They're still just giant, I mean. Okay, that's good because they don't clip into our SRBs. I don't know, they don't need to be that big, really. We can probably just grab the small landing gear. Hi, any chance of a video on how to use hinges for fins? Yeah, yeah, I haven't actually seen that, so that might actually be a good idea. I'm guessing you're thinking of, you know, how to do pitch roll in yaw and that kind of stuff. Alright, we're going for the medium landing legs. The small ones aren't going to cut it. Alright, these are very big and heavy. Yeah, that's going to add an extra ton, which is, you know, not a huge deal. Okay, well, it's decent, is all I can say. What's the skipper's gimbal like? Because at the moment, this thing is not stable. Yeah, because I don't know how to use them. Okay, I could probably make a video on that. And, you know, I guess you'd need the KAL controller to do that. Okay, gimbal authority. This only has 3 degrees, which is pretty pathetic. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome, Mikolaj. Okay, I said this wrong in the last stream. I'm going to try and get it right this time. Mikolaj. Is it? Okay, that might be Mikolaj Dimniki. Okay, you might as well tell me how to pronounce it, because I don't know if I'm actually going to get that, but yeah. Okay, I'm thinking I should add some Vernier Thrusters. You know, so we can have a bit, you know, more better gimbling. Is it Mikolaj? Did I say that right? It is. Okay, nice. Feeling good about myself. I pronounced your name right. Alright. Okay, let's grab the unshrouded version. Mikolaj Dimniki. Okay, great. Cool. Okay, this offset tool is weird. Let's put it on local. It's not offsetting downwards. Okay, I guess it's offset as far as it will go. Can I attach these onto the skipper engine, perhaps? Oh, can I? There we go. Okay. I can't place them on the skipper engine. I guess it just doesn't have attachment nodes. I might just be able to put them right here. Okay, well these were designed to be used with the Kodiak engine, which is I guess the Soyuz engine replica. I mean, the shroud kinda looks cool. KSP.exe has stopped responding. Yep, it'd be like that sometimes. Alright, we're gonna go with the smaller shroud. And okay, it lets me offset it a little bit further. Alright, be cool if I could have a grey or orange version, since that's kind of the color scheme we're working with, but it's fine. Okay, so these things... Actually, this might not be the best choice, because they only gimbal side to side, which will give us roll authority. But no pitch or yaw control, so... this might not be worth it. We might want to use a different engine. And it's doing the thing again. I can't pick it up. Thanks, game. Very cool. Hello. Alright. Please, just let me. Damn. KSP is a very polished game, by the way. I'm literally just spamming my left click button and nothing's happening. Oh no. Okay. I think this fixes it if you just go and pick up the root part. Yeah. That seems to help. Okay, so I don't think that Vernier engine is really going to work. I don't know what I want to use, really. I mean, I could rotate them and... You know, so that I can have control on different axes. I don't know if, You see, okay, so... I don't know if you know, the engines are going to realize that they're being placed on that axis. That's the thing. So what I'm going to do is rotate this, I guess, 90 degrees, and hopefully, you know, I think it should, the game should pick up on the fact that they've been rotated. RCS, I don't know how much it's going to help. So it's the first stage, propulsively landing or parachutes, propulsively landing. Okay, so now as you can see, they're going to move this way. So we're not going to have roll authority, but we will have pitch and yaw. Wait, so what episode do you think you will go to the outer reaches of the Kerbal system? Hard to say. Okay, so we're on episode 9 will be the next one? Yeah. Okay, well, it's not going to be next episode, so maybe 11 or 12 maybe. It just depends when we can get, you know, we need the best antenna in the game for that, so it just depends on that, really. Alright, let's make sure this is nice and centered. Might just use the compact engine so we don't have all of that weird stuff showing. I think that looks fine. It just needs to be nice and centered. Okay, we might do a simulation to see. Okay. Okay. Well, now we actually have from these 4 engines alone, we have that much TWR. Nah, you're actually kidding me. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I guess we might put a bit of a thrust limiter on this. I mean, actually not really, because we need all of the gimbal we can get. And what's the ISP on those? 280 at sea level, so that's actually the same as the skipper. But I think it is the same. I think skipper just has a slightly higher vacuum ISP, if I'm remembering correctly. Skipper isn't the absolute ideal engine, but it's, you know, the best one that we have. When I was launching the Cobble, I tried to land the booster a few times and blew up on all of them. Rip. Unlucky. Alright, let's see. Yeah, this thing has pretty much the same ISP curve, except this has a higher vacuum ISP. Okay. Actually, I'm thinking if that's going to go at a 30-degree angle while it's going inwards, then that's probably going to fire into our skipper engine, which we do not want at all. So we're gonna sort of mount this on the side, and I think that looks okay. Slightly looks like it's floating, but we'll just have it looking like it's sort of hanging off. As long as it doesn't fire back into my main engine, I'm okay. Can I make procedural nose cones? I can. Okay. I just kind of want to match these textures. In fact, is there a better texture for this? Segmented SRBs almost look good. Might just go with plain white. Yeah. We're going to go with plain white. Okay, we're going to want... What are we going for? We're going to go with one of these round ones, I guess. Wait, it's a little longer. I think that's decent looking. We'll just experiment with different shapes. Okay, I kind of like the first one. Well, if you want to go to Plok or Naiden, I could give you a really helpful antenna mod, which has over 1T/1000G of comms power, and I believe that's what you call it. Yeah, I mean, Outer Planets does come with a tier force tracking station upgrade, which lets you, you know, using the best stock antenna, that does let you communicate with the, you know, KSC, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we're going to need a high quality skipper engine as well, so that we can ignite this twice. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of rough. If we want to do a boost back burn, that's just not going to cut it. We need 3 ignitions at least. Damn. I mean, yeah, even on high quality, this isn't going to be good enough. So I'm thinking of using a cluster of Kodiak engines, but then they have no gimbling at all. So, you know, this thing is, yeah, I don't want to go past the rated ignitions because chances are it's going to fail. And, okay, well, we're gonna see, you know, we have, okay, we can just go for a different engine. We have a Mullen 1D, I believe. This has 3 rated ignitions. Okay, that's good. And then the same 3 degrees of vectoring range. So I believe 3 of these would equal a skipper. Near enough, yeah. But it would be slightly higher, but yeah, that's all good. Okay, and what kind of price are we looking at? Pretty cheap, actually. Okay, well, you know, 3 of those is going to be more expensive than a skipper, but that's fine. Damn. It'd be like this sometimes. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to that skipper engine, and instead we're going to use 3 of these. Okay, so how are we going to mount this? I'm just seeing if there's anything else that has better rated ignitions. Yeah, this isn't going to do it. Welcome, Cami X9. Can you not spam, please? That would be appreciated. But welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. Thanks for tuning in. All of that generic stuff like every streamer says. Alright, let's see. I can use an engine plate for this, I guess. I always forget that these are in the game, and they're like one of the most useful parts. So, there you go. How am I going to do this? I can do triple. Can you have a shout out? Okay, here's your shout out. Thanks for subbing, by the way. Greatly appreciated. Okay, so if we go with 3, actually there might be a better configuration. Okay, we can't do 2 times 1. I was hoping to kind of have them all in one line here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Put 1 in the middle. Actually rotate this engine plate a little bit. So I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees, I'm thinking. And then grab another engine. And place them in, like, not in symmetry. There we go. So now we have 3 engines placed in a line. And I actually need to rotate this a little bit more. I think the JX2 antenna mod is better, though, because the antenna can have a just about a good signal transmit science from another star system, like extrasolar mostly. What mod do I have? Like BreakingGround KSP2 or whatever. Okay, so I have both DLCs. I'm playing on KSP 1.10.1, and if you want the mods, they're installed with CCAN, and there's a big list in the description. Okay, I don't know if I'm necessarily a fan of this engine config, but if we can just light up the middle one for landing, that might be useful. You know, having 3 engines does look weird, I will admit that. Okay, let's have all of this on the same stage. Oh, I've messed this up. If I can... Jesus, this staging menu is not fun to work with. Okay, there we go. We're going to grab our SRBs and our Vernier engines. And our TWR is a little bit high, so... What am I limiting my thrust on? Probably more... Yeah, it would be more efficient to limit my thrust on my main engines, actually. Hang on, do these have better ISP than the... Okay, these have... It might as well be the same ISP as the Verniers, so that's all good. Okay, so I'm happy with that kind of TWR. Okay, we're putting that on 50 because it needs to be exactly on 50. Okay. I need a way of this actually being stable as well. You know, so we have these giant landing gear. I still feel like they're too big, but the small ones are just too small. Oh, so there's a another type of landing leg. Okay, hang on. I don't really know what the difference is. Like, hang on. If I grab the Mark II medium one, I don't know what the difference is between Mark II and Mark 1. Are they just, is that literally the only difference? They're just black. If I retract that, I don't know what the difference is really. They look very, very similar. It looks like a cheap version of the Falcon 9, like SpaceX didn't have enough money to get the materials to build the Falcon 9. I'm sorry if I'm being mean, I truly don't want to be mean to others. No, I understand, this does look like a cheap Falcon 9. I mean, except for the, you know, giant spaceplane part, that's, you know, I don't see no Falcon 9s with that, but, yeah. This is gonna look really, really weird. You know, when this is all on the launch pad. This is gonna be an absolute abomination. Oh, man. Okay. There are no good legs that I can use. Okay. We have the new Glen legs, actually. So these are generally... Hang on. I can't... Oh, these have to be attached radially. Well. How do I even attach these? I'm kind of confused. Oh, I see. When SpaceX doesn't have much money, yep. Pretty much. Okay, we also have... I don't know what these are. Oh, I see. Are these like... New Shepard? Maybe? I don't know. Whatever. They look okay, I guess. Are these like a bigger version, maybe? I don't mind that, to be honest. Okay, those are a bigger version. And then we also have the new Shepard landing. Okay, these are the new Shepard landing legs. So I'll have a look at these. See if they're going to be worth using. I think it's quite a cool looking design, actually, those. And they're a bit more compact. Oh yeah, this is the old IPS ones, yeah. The days of IPS. Why only 180 subs? It's a lot, but you deserve 1 trillion. Let's get this guy to at least 1k subs at the end of the year. Well, I'm glad that you think that. But you know, I have my work cut out if I want to get to 1,000. But you know, hopefully that will happen. Yeah, remember the days of IPS, or no, ITS, not IPS. Back when Starship, well, back when the thing didn't look like a tin can, basically. I can just upscale these a tiny bit, and it will be good enough. Okay, I think that's good enough, really. Okay, so we're going to use those new Shepard landing legs. Okay. Okay, this thing is just not stable. So how can we fix that? Okay, we could add fins to these SRBs. So by doing that, and then adding, you know, similar fins. Hang on, why do they... Okay. There we go. That's better. Might want some bigger fins. Like, this tail fin is a little bit bigger, I think. Actually, it hardly is. Okay, so we're going to use this winglet. And just upscale it using tweak scale. Brilliant mod. I would recommend. And, yeah, my center of mass center of pressure is not moving for some reason. Even though it really should be. But whatever. Alright. Okay, and then we're going to also, you know, grab these same wings and add them to the main fuselage. And okay, it just doesn't want to let me. That's understandable. Okay, so slightly uneven, as you can see, but I think it's fine. Okay, we need griffins. Actually, adding fins to the main one, I mean, that's just gonna make it unstable on descent. But I think if we have decent griffins, it could work. Oh, there we go. Our center of pressure has updated. And, okay, well, I'm not sure why this is happening, but whatever. Imagine if one of the mods in the game would have giant N1 griffins. It would be kind of cool. Yeah, the N1 griffins were cool. You know, everyone thinks of griffins like a kind of modern thing. But, you know, the N1 had griffins, so, yeah. Okay. So, actually, I'm going to offset these up a little bit. So they're in line with our kind of main boosters. Main engines, I should say. Okay, let's line this all up correctly. There we go. I'm not sure how this is going to fly when, you know, you separate these boosters and you're left with, you know, 2 fins on this. Gonna be slightly awkward, but whatever, it could be worse. Alright, we could try a simulation actually. Sounds like a decent idea. I don't think you should add fins onto the orange tank since it would just look weird, and at least it might need to just have them on the sides as well. Even on the SRBs. I mean, okay. Let's think of it this way. We have 1k delta V before the SRBs detach. And so I'm going to have to kind of guess how high this is going to get. My guess would be it's, you know, can probably get up to like 30 kilometers or something. So, to be honest, you have a good point. You know, I don't think that, you know, I think our gimbaling and stuff can probably overcome aerodynamics by the time we separate. It's doing the thing again, and for some reason my Vernier Thrusters have disappeared. Okay, that's weird. I'll just put new ones on, I guess. I have to do the whole shenanigans of like rotating them and stuff, but that's fine. Where are they? I can never find anything. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna need 4 of these like that. Rotate this. Like so. We're gonna take off the shroud and then offset it into the middle. And then, okay, bring it a bit down like that. That's looking good. Okay. There's our Vernier Thrusters. Not quite in line the way I'd like it, but there we go. Rip ITSC, yup, rip indeed. How long is the stream? I could basically, I'm gonna hopefully keep going until I get this thing working. I mean, I can stream for another like 2 hours if I wanted to, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. You know, a 3-hour stream is definitely pushing my limits. The only way to find out and see if it works without the fins on the orange tank. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I read that correctly, but I get your point. Yeah. I mean, judging by my center pressure, it's a bit high. So what I could do is get more fins and just add them to the SRBs on the side like that. So add one there and then add another one round here. And they look pretty in line to me. And that actually brings our center pressure below our center of mass. Which I am a fan of. Do these have these things? Yeah, these things have gimbaling, which I am a big fan of. How much gimbaling is actually exactly? God, 1 hour into the stream, and I'm already losing my ability to speak. Alright, so this thing has a 5.25 degree vector range, which, you know, suits our needs pretty well. Okay, so this thing would be stable. This thing's gonna have high drag, I can already tell. But, I mean, oh well. Okay, so I guess I can create variants with bigger SRBs, and just to put it into perspective how much these kind of cost. Okay, so they're basically 8k each. And I guess a 4 booster variant would be, you know, for big payloads, would be pretty cool. But anyway, I'm getting real sidetracked here. No, that looks good. I kind of agree, to be honest. The first stage is SLS, Starship, and New Shepherd's Kid. Yeah. No, and then also Space Shuttle, because, you know, we have a big space plane on top of this thing. I mean, it's not on the side, but, you know, I guess there's no real life counterpart to that kind of thing. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and unlock some better grid fins. The SRBs look a bit like missiles, but without one wing on the sides. True. Very, very true. Okay. So let's grab some grid fins. At the moment, I only have the small ones unlocked, which obviously isn't going to cut it. We need some medium-sized grid fins for this. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. So an idea I had, you know, for reusable boosters like this is kind of have a separate landing tank, and you know, disable fuel flow on that tank until you've separated, which means that you're not going to accidentally go over your Delta V budget in the initial ascent stage. Of course, I haven't done that, and I'm not sure how I would, but I could give it a try. But anyway, I'm pretty sure grid fins are in, you know, these aerodynamic stuff. Okay, so we're going to have to unlock heavy aerodynamics for this, which will give us all of these Mark III parts, which I refused to unlock previously. But yeah, this looks good. That's a lot of science points down the drain, but yeah. Oh well. In Russia, the more control, more power you got over your object. Oh, Yagoda's KSP crash. That is unfortunate. I'm with you. I'm with you there. It happens a lot. Because KSP is a well-developed video game. Okay, so we'll put on these grid fins and then we'll do a simulation. Oh, what now? Okay, so this thing is just about over the height limit. Okay. We can just make this tank a bit smaller. Okay. Do a bit of that. We're still 1 meter off. Why are my things floating? Okay, I just need to do that, and they won't be floating. Alright, I'm back. Just clip it. Oh, clip the fuel tanks. I mean, I could. I mean, we have enough Delta V anyways, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge fan of part clipping, but, you know, I will do it if I have to. Okay. Yeah, I think we should, actually. Because we're going to have to basically get rid of this fuel tank otherwise. So let's put it back up to, like, 1.5 meters, whatever it was. And yeah. Okay. I feel bad doing this, but we're going to do it anyway. Come on. I thought I was under the height limit, but I guess I'm wrong. There we go. Okay. don't you just love how tiny the booster is compared to the main space plane? I deserve way more in subs. I mean, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. Yeah, we still need the griffins. You are absolutely right. My god. This thing, imagine this in real life. This is just stupid, this whole thing. Alright, I don't know what grid fins I'm going to go for. Could use these. Or we can use these other grid fins. I mean, they look very similar. Except these fold out a bit more. I think I'd rather have this. Alright, let's place this in 4-way symmetry. I know, we've got to place them on the diagonal so they don't interfere with the SRBs. Actually, is there maybe one... Hang on, what is this? I've been distracted. Aha, are these kind of like the, Okay. I think white would be better. Okay, well, that's what I'm going with, I guess, so... Extend. Okay, we need to put these as high up as possible. Like so. Okay. And let's put this onto an action group. So brakes. What does the spoiler do? That's yeah, the white kind of does fit in a bit better. Alright, well, I'm going to put these on the brakes action group. Toggle deploy is the one I want. Okay. When this thing's finished, I'm going to put some decals and stuff, but yeah. Now we can maybe do a simulation. Yeah, I think we've got everything we need. Starship flaps. Yeah, I don't... Oh, those are what they're for. Ah, I mean, it literally says Starship, so... yeah. SN8. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't realize that, but that's pretty cool. I'm not even placing them the right way. They're meant to be like that. Okay, well... thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, they're from Tundra Technologies, I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and simulate this. I have no idea if this is even going to work. But, you know, that's what simulations are for. So, let's put some launch clamps on this. And hope for the best. And we have 3 ignitions on this. And we can put high quality to guarantee 6. In fact, I'm going to put high quality on the middle one. Okay. So we are literally right at the height limit, which I am a huge fan of. But anyway. It's complaining about a lot of things, but yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Okay. Simulations can get kind of expensive. This simulation cost us... Yeah, this is going to be a expensive little simulation, but... we have some funds, and... I mean, just doing some last minute checks. I think everything is ready to go, so... Let's hit that start simulation button. Alright. So here we go. Here is the first... fully stacked test of the Callisto 1. And yeah, someone got to remind me, like, once this thing is all working, I'm going to go ahead and put some decals on this and get it looking all nice and fancy. Because, you know, I've learnt with Enceladus that taking the extra, you know, 5 minutes to put some decals on it really does, you know, bring the whole thing together visually. Okay, well, one thing I've forgotten is auto-strutting. Luckily I can do that on the launch pad, so yeah. This thing's going to be very wobbly without auto-struts. It's a real shame that you can't quick save in simulations. Like, I'd like to be able to test out different flight profiles and stuff. Decals make rockets look very nice. Yep. I mean, I don't know if I'm, you know, just really biased or something, but I am very, very happy with the way Enceladus looks. You know, It's maybe one of the best looking rockets I've made. So if I can, you know, match that with Callisto, that would be cool. But anyway, let's fly this thing. No passengers. Okay, I've closed FMRS, so yeah. Can I get that back? I can. Okay, chat. I have never used FMRS before, so if anyone knows how to use it and would like to let me know, that would be appreciated. I mean, okay, I'm guessing that I can just keep it armed and just go for launch. I'm guessing that's kind of how it works. Alright, let's just auto-strut a few of these parts. Don't need to auto-strut, like, literally everything, but yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing, okay, the frame rate is pretty low. But, whatever, we're gonna have to live with, we're gonna have to be yellow clocking. When you stage, it'll also make a quick save kind of thing, and when you get to your main craft, and when you get your main craft into orbit. Okay, so we get to orbit first, then do the booster. Okay. We want our roll to be, I think it already is 0. Alright, okay, let's throttle this up. And we're going to have our engines go first, then our launch clamps. Oh, the frames are really bad. I can't remember what the part count's like for this, but it's probably higher than what I usually do. But anyway, engines and clamps, and here we go. Here it is. Oh Jesus. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Well, it righted itself. I don't know where this torque is coming from. Oh god, okay. Why is it so off-balanced? Jesus, man. What is going on? Okay. I'm gonna see if I can save this mission. Oh, this is really... Well, we have a clean, plane separation. Oh my god, dude. Overheating on the right engine. Alright, well I don't know what happened and now my game's frozen. Alright, we're gonna try to save the plane. Oh. Hang on, we are stalling right now. Parachute, maybe? Oh, that's it. Oh, we are very, very dead. Okay. So what the hell happened there? Jesus, that was an absolute mess. So procedural liquid tank collided into procedural SRB. Okay, that was actually 30 seconds in. Okay, well we're gonna restart that and I mean I don't know what actually happened. I don't know why my thrust is so offset. You would think that it would be pitching up or down, but it's just, you know, pitching to the side. Okay, yeah, FMRS is doing its job. That's good. I guess an emergency parachute for abort situations wouldn't be a bad idea. But you know, why... you know, this is my philosophy, right? Why have emergency things when you can just get rid of emergencies in the first place? I know, right? 900 IQ philosophy right there. But, I guess this is why we do tests. I'm thinking maybe one of my Merlin engines was in the wrong stage. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. Alright, this thing is taking a long time to load. Alright, KSP, take your time whenever you're ready. Okay, well. Firstly, I have to make sure that, you know, all my Mullins are firing. Alright, here we go. We have signs of life from KSP. Okay, so... Okay, well, I'm just gonna be very, very sure that everything's actually firing before I launch. We saw some overheating on the boosters, and I think that's my Vernier engines firing into the SRBs. As long as it doesn't actually explode them, then I don't really care, to be honest. Okay, so what happened? You know what? We might just go at it again and see if the same thing happens. So, you know, we have all three Merlin engines firing up. We have both SRBs. We have all of the Vernier engines. So I don't know why it flipped over. And it should be aerodynamically stable, right? Maybe something is off-centered. I don't see anything that is. Alright, we're just gonna go for it again. And, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna put this thing on kill rotation for now. Make sure the weight is stable. I mean, okay. Okay, let me auto-strut things real quick. That's very important. I don't think that's what caused the problem last time, but, you know, just to be sure. And lift might be a problem. Yeah, but I don't see why it's... If lift was a problem, it would tip over backwards, right? But it went to the right, and that just doesn't make sense. Okay. I think I've auto-strutted enough parts. The lift is behind the center mass, yeah. According to the VAB. Yeah, I mean, everything looks very... Okay, well... Looking at this right now... Okay, well, when I put on kill rotation, it was wanting to pitch over. So I'm going to have my smart ASS off for the time being, and then when we launch, I can start doing stuff. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. And now we can try executing that. And look at that, it's going, it's stable. Okay, so I don't know what the hell happened last time, but we're all good. That's what matters. Okay. Let's try and get this thing to orbit. Alright, we're gonna start pitching over. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, boy, this is bad. Maybe just aggressive turning. Okay, what blew up? Doesn't want to tell me. Yeah. Lift. It went backwards, kinda. If you will. I don't know what to do. Alright, let's see if I can recover this. Like, I know I'm wasting funds at this point with these simulations, but detach, maybe we'll survive. Now let's fire up our engine real quick. Alright, come on, let's land this. It's gotta be possible. It looks a bit too aerodynamic. Not quite sure what you mean, but okay. Alright, this thing's in a flat spin right now. Okay, well, we have this again. Big explosion, nice. Alright, if you could, like, not be in a flat spin, that would be pretty epic. Okay, well, yeah, we're in a stall. We're just gonna deploy our parachute. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it wasn't so bad this time. We're just going to simulate it again and see if, you know, maybe if I am not so aggressive with my pitch over maneuver, maybe it will be fine. Who knows? Alright, come on. We got to get this thing working. I believe in myself. It will happen. Alright. Okay, so, yeah, I need to auto-strike everything again. I will do that in the VAB at some point. Just trust me on that, but... Okay. Like, it just didn't spin out immediately that time. And I think the difference was that I didn't have any sort of attitude control during launch. So, yeah. Okay, so there is offset thrust because, you know, there's the weight of the tail fin, which is, you know, not insignificant. So there's a little bit of torque in that direction, but that felt more like it was an aerodynamic torque rather than offset thrust. It will work at some point, though. It'll just take time, yeah. You know, it takes testing. You just got to keep improving. And I haven't changed nothing, but, you know, I guess I'm changing my flight profile. Alright, so this time it will not spin out. I might need some more launch clamps, actually, to help keep this thing stable, but okay. Auto strut speedrun, let's go. It's not easy at low frame rates. But, yeah. Need to make sure I don't click activate engine. That would be kind of bad. Alright. I think that's good enough. Alright, let's get this thing launched. So we're gonna throttle up. If I turn on SAS, it doesn't really do much. Okay. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're going. We're gonna start pointing in the right direction. Alright. We're looking pretty good. Well, I mean, that's what I said last time. But, you know. We're gonna pitch over very, very slowly. So, no aggressive maneuvers. We're gonna do our pitch over maneuver slightly earlier. SES, I'm using Smart ASS. Basically just the same thing, except in my opinion, it's kind of better for this kind of thing. Comes with a mech jib. Okay, so I will admit that I was pretty aggressive last time. So as you can see, our controls are not getting saturated. And that's good. That's what we want. Okay, well, I mean, hang on, we also have infinite propellant on. That is something that I just realized. Maybe something is... I mean, I don't even know. This is pain. Woo. Brilliant. Alright, come on. We're landing the plane this time, right? It's gonna happen. Alright, SAS on. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is unstable when it's fully fueled. Alright. I'm just gonna keep I'm gonna keep doing this until I find a flight profile that works. On second thought, no, I'm not. There's a lot I can do in the VAB at the moment, so yeah, okay. Cool, we're gonna go back to the VAB. We've gonna have to wait for this thing to load first, but yeah. We'll go back to the VAB and then see what I can do. Alright, see you, Initiative. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. So, you know, the same thing has happened. Actually, no, it's not. It seems that, like, you know, basically what happens is I'm thinking, yes, it's fine, this is going well. I can afford to pitch over a little faster. And as soon as that happens, you know, no time to react, so. I just need to be slow with my pitch over maneuver. And, I mean, there's a lot I can do in the VAB. It's not all on my flight profile. But yeah, this thing's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we'll get there. Cool. I can't remember what the part count's like for this. It's not particularly low, so yeah, that's probably explaining the high loading times. Anyway, okay, is my stream up? I think we might have dropped a few frames. Yeah, we are dropping a few frames. Welcome, Nadas KR. Hopefully I said that right. Maybe it somehow becomes too top heavy as soon as the fuel on the bottom stage gets smaller, because the center of mass, it about where the white cone is and the Sepratron or the other one. I think I see what you're saying. Okay, well, what I wasn't... Okay, so something that... You know what? Okay, I said I'd go back to the VAB, but I'm not, because something I did have was infinite propellant that time. So now that I've realized that and I have that off, maybe we'll have a bit more success, because it should be getting more stable as the flight goes on. The center of mass should be moving up. So, you know, let's try this again. Okay, so our fuel is being drained this time. Haven't been in the UK for too long. Don't worry. I can understand what you're saying. Notative's already back. Didn't take you long, did it? Alright. Let's do our pitch over maneuver. Ooh, okay, that was a sharp little turn. It seems to be working harder, from what I can tell. I think it's... Oh, okay, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's just a non-existent part exploding every time. Alright, we're gonna wait for these SRBs to burn out. Oh, never mind, okay. I was gonna eat something, but then couldn't find anything to eat. Oh, it'd be like that sometimes. Alright, we're going back to the VAB. We need to do something about this. Yeah, what took you so long? Thought you'd be back sooner. Alright. When I pitched over, yeah, there's definitely, I heard an explosion, for sure. So I don't know what it is, but And it says it's failing due to aerodynamic stresses. Yeah, it must be that it becomes too top heavy as soon as it burns more fuel on the bottom stage. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, well yeah, what am I saying? So if it's I don't know, being top heavy is good though. Because that should be keeping it stable. Okay, well for some reason it has decided it's not stable anymore, so nice. Okay. So okay, let's kind of simulate what happens when you drain fuel. So this is just a rough approximation. But I mean it kind of gets more stable. What I could do is just make these fins bigger, and that should hopefully increase stability. Oh, actually I'll put it to 170%. As you can see, that is bringing my center of pressure down. Okay, we also have some pretty hefty torque on these bottom stages. You know, 100 kilonewton meters is kind of rough. And yeah, that deflection is not going to do anything. I don't know what direction that torque is in. But, can't tell because this thing isn't centered. The center of lift is above the center of mass. Yeah, it was. I mean, I fixed it now. And it should be staying below, really. Let me sort of move this towards the middle a little. Now I need to move it up. Okay. Can't see which way the torque is. But it's telling me that I have a lot of it. I imagine it's going to be, you know, I have a bit more weight on this side. I mean, that doesn't seem to be what's creating all of this torque. I guess the lift decided it wants to ruin a bit of our day. Yup. It be like that sometimes. I mean... Okay, well, I should also auto-strut stuff while I'm here. Just so I don't have to do that literally every time. Okay, so I might, you know, now that I have bigger fins, I could just try again, to be honest. And be very, very careful with my pitching. Alright, yeah, we're just going to auto-strut everything. And actually, something that I kind of forgot to add to this was RCS blocks. I know that we have that Vernier thruster, but, you know, I also want some, you know, more omnidirectional ones. Did I make the wings bigger? Yeah, I made the fins bigger. Try taking off the wings to see if it's the plane. Oh, what, that's making the torque? Okay, so the wings don't make any torque. According to this, there's something that's like very off balanced, and I know you might think it's the tail fin, but I mean it is to an extent, but it's not providing that much torque, especially to the bottom two stages. I don't know why it takes so long to undo removing that. It actually makes up most of the torque in the top stage, but not necessarily the bottom stage. I have a feeling it's my Vernier thrusters. That oh, these aren't aligned. That's annoying me. Okay. My side boosters are aligned, yep. I'm gonna remove them just to check. It's not to do with that. Well, I know that my Vernier Thrusters are rotated, and that's not really what's causing it. So, whatever. I mean, I don't think it's the torque that's really what's doing this. Because, you know, they can gimbal to compensate. But, you know, now that I've, you know, added bigger fins, I might just go and simulate this again. So here we go. Alright. So hopefully this is going to work this time. Would be great if it did. The engines, I mean, if I took them, because they make up most of my thrust, it's not, you know, it might deceive us. The fins just went up again? Wait, what do you mean? Let me look back on the stream a little bit. The center of lift. Hang on, I'm watching back the stream real quick. I don't think it did. I mean, I just watched it back and it looks like it stayed the same. Whatever. Well, let's see what happens. Dummy payload on the booster? I mean, it's not like I'm going to be having more payload than this. You know, in the real thing. So I can rule out the plane causing the issues. I mean, this booster is always going to have the plane on top, so I might as well get it to work with the plane anyway. It went down then up again, so it's kind of glitched. Could be, you know, something to do with ArcAerospace. But I don't know. The best way to see is just to try it out. Try removing the whole plane to see if the plane is offset. I could try that. Damn, what is up with these loading times? What kind of part count are we working with? It's like 70 something. I can hardly read because the stream's resolution is so low on my screen, but yeah. Okay, let's give this thing a quick test. Back from having dinner. What are we doing now? Okay, so I forgot to. Oh, okay. I didn't refill the rocket. Okay, so basically we're gonna be sending this thing up for a test flight, but as you know, I've just been reminded I didn't refuel this rocket, so I'm gonna have to go back to the VAB and do all of that again. Let's check. Yeah, this thing has like. This thing is only half fueled. Well done, me. Round of applause. Okay, terminate simulation. I might add some more launch clamps sort of towards the top because it seems to be wobbling a bit. Not like exiting that building. Alright. I don't. Okay, I don't need a full tank given how long it lasts. Well, I mean the plan, you know, it's a crazy plan. But you know the plan is to actually get this thing into orbit, and you know I know it seems a very far fetched at this point in time, but I'm sure we can make it happen. Yep, we are basically burning through money. I mean, it's a good. I have a decent amount of funds. I'm sure this will be worth it in the end because like we are saving decent funds by having, you know, a reusable launch vehicle. I've also accepted a contract to do a tourist mission. using the Tourism Plus contract pack. So basically for that, I'm just going to need to get one tourist into orbit for 4 hours. So pretty easy. I'm sure I can manage that. Alright, let's see if this thing is going to be stable with, you know, fully fueled up. I don't have great faith in that. Yeah, okay, it won't be. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the center of mass is pretty far down. Not really what we want. We could give it bigger fins, but, I mean, that's really pushing it. I think for the next mission, I should go to Dres and cheer the poor dwarf planet up. I could, but I don't think I have... I might just about have good enough antennas for that. I think I do, actually. But, there's other stuff I want to do, such as... another MUN mission is one of the things. And also, a manned Juna mission is something we might be doing soon. But anyway, let's, now that it's fully fueled up, we can, go ahead and simulate this. Alright, so now's probably a good chance to grab a snack or something, because this is we don't have the greatest loading times up in here, so. Yeah, how many parts do we have? We have exactly 70 parts, so. I mean, it's not loads, but I guess it's all the mods, It do be struggling. Just add fins between the side wings and the forward and backward wings. Oh, see, okay, I see what you mean. I could do that. More power, yes, more. Alright, what other missions can I do, really? Actually, I do have a contract to make a Minma space, so that's pretty exciting. Still some parts I want to unlock before I want to, start constructing that, but, that's going to happen soon. Minmus is a great place, actually, to set up a colony, because, it's easy to get to. It's great for resource mining, so actually having a refueling base in orbit of Minmus is, like, basically the perfect place to have one. Alright, any moment now, we should have the thing loaded up. So while we are waiting, I might as well say that if you haven't joined my Discord server, then there is a link to it in the description. We have a pretty active community here, so if you want to join, then do it. It is mandatory. You have no choice. You have no free will. You are powerless in this world. You will join my Discord server. And, yeah. Can I do a surface-based tutorial? Yeah, it's something I've been asked that before, and, well, yeah. I kind of, I feel like it's a decent idea, but it's, surface-based is one of those things, it's like, there's no right way to do them. Like, some people do it for function, some people do it for form. And the thing is that stock KSP doesn't really give a reason. There's no good reason to do a surface base in stock KSP, except for, either looking cool or doing contracts, basically. So, I mean, I could do a modded surface-based tutorial. Oh. Are you actually kidding me? What even caused that to happen? I mean, thanks, game. That's exactly what I needed. Okay. Okay, I just try restarting the simulation. But yeah, as I was saying, I could do a modded surface-based tutorial using planetary base systems and what's it called? Kerbalism and all that stuff. Because there's like a specific way you kind of have to do them. And it also gives more of a reason to do it. You go to Mag, join the Discord. Yeah, I know you're in the Discord. Hang on, to make sure, like, you are melted carbon, aren't you? Yeah, go to Mag. Yeah, so, okay, so, what happened? Basically, an SRB got attacked by the Kraken. For no apparent reason. So I'm restarting the simulation to see if that's gonna happen again. And, yeah. Yagoda is melted Kerbal confirmed. Hey, look at that. We've already got a new member in our Discord. Let's go. I think that's Daiki is how you say that. But yeah, thanks for joining. Alright. So, given that our SFB doesn't get attacked by the Kraken this time, then we should hopefully get this thing to work. I mean, I say that. This thing still isn't aerodynamically stable, fully fueled, and you know. The invite is invalid. Hang on. I'm gonna need to check that. I haven't changed the invite and it's, it doesn't expire, so maybe if I can go to Duel then to Bop and check out the Deep Space Kraken. Yeah, got it. That's a great Easter egg, actually. I mean, I know people sometimes, consider that a spoiler. But, use the one on my page. Okay, cool. And, yes, thanks for joining the Discord. The one in the description is invalid. Okay. I haven't changed the link, but, yeah, oh well. Okay, so I guess, yeah. If that one doesn't work, then, yeah, just use the one on my page for anyone else who is trying to join my Discord. Okay, here we go. Okay, see you for the actual this time. I'm going to play some VR. Alright, enjoy your VR. And thanks for tuning in, and have a good one. Okay, so, will my SRV stay on my rocket? If it doesn't, then I don't know what to do. It's... Okay. Thanks. Thanks, KSP. That is very nice of you. Cool. Alright, let's get this thing off the pad. Alright, okay, we're launching in... Okay, well, ignition first. 3, 2, 1. Are my SRBs like not auto-thrusted or something? They are not. Okay, well they ought to be. This channel still needs a lot more subscribers. Well, a lot of people have saying that, and I mean, I really appreciate it. I don't know, how true it is, but I will definitely take the compliment any day of the week. So yeah, thanks. And hopefully we can make it happen at some point. But yeah. Alright, we're going to be very, 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 very careful with this pitch over. We also don't have any Separatrons on my SRBs. And if my thinking is correct, they're going to pitch towards... Oh, okay, dude. Yeah. Well, there we go. It's just... Yeah. It's at like the same point during the flight every time. F's in chat. Okay. It seems like an aerodynamic problem. Rather than anything else, Hang on. I am gonna take this opportunity to try and test which way my SRBs are gonna sort of peel off. Because they probably, yeah, they kind of turn into my booster like that. So that isn't, of course, ideal. Alright. Can we land this thing? Okay, I'm going to try my absolute best to land this. I'm going to try and burn off fuel as well. but that might not work. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we need to fix some aerodynamics on this thing. Okay, no point trying to land this. Alright. If I can, if my escape key could work, that would be pretty cool. There we go. Alright, terminate simulation. I'm going to be gone for 2 seconds, and then I'm going to be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay. So, yeah. I think we just need bigger fins, really. Like, that's the only way around this problem. It's flipping in pretty much the same direction every time, and that's the lift generated from the plane. So, I can't remember who suggested this, but they said to, you know, put fins, like, between these fins here. Oh, which is definitely not a bad idea. If I can get this right. And look at that, our center of pressure is actually nice and low now. Okay, let's see. I think that's what we want. That was you? Okay. Gotta give credit where credit's due, and I think that should actually do the trick. Of course, now we have much higher drag, but that, you know, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet. Okay. Yeah, so I think that this thing... I mean, how many times have I said it should work now, and it hasn't worked? But let's set up another simulation. We are burning through funds. We've definitely spent a lot of money on simulations during this design process. But you know, it's a 6-seat reusable LKO launcher, so that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, it happens pretty much the same point in every flight. By the time we pick up enough speed that, you know, aerodynamics really start to, you know, take over, and basically our engine gimbals can't keep up. And it all happens pretty quickly, but now that, you know, our center of pressure is nice and low, I'm hoping this is gonna be a little better. Alright, and okay, so next time I go into the VAB, I'm gonna need to auto-strut those SRBs to avoid Kraken attacks. Because they weren't auto-strutted before. which is worrying. But yeah, okay. Alright, we've been streaming for over 2 hours now. But you know, I'm determined to get this thing working. I mean, I still haven't got a flight profile figured out for this. Like, you know, I don't know when to separate my booster. Okay, I missed off what's happening. Alright, so, yeah, we're building a reusable launch vehicle. It's basically a spaceplane on top of a reusable, you know, propulsively landing booster. And, you know, we've basically designed everything, and we're trying to stop it from flipping out. is basically what it comes down to right now. And I've just been adding more and more fins, and I think I've gotten to the point where we have enough fins that it should keep it stable. And so yeah, we're just doing simulations that, you know, for the time being. You're actually... Okay. Well, yeah, that's it. We gotta auto-strut these boosters. The Kraken is really having a great time, isn't he, today? Goals in next stream, get booster working. Next, don't stop the stream until your booster works and you're playing. Yep. This is a big bro moment. Okay. Yep, the Kraken is at it again. Alright. We're gonna auto-strut those SRBs, and I just, please, Kraken. Just for once. Let me launch a rocket. Yeah, I think it is the same booster that's going. Alright, I was hoping I could get this thing done in, like, 2 streams max. It might be possible, but, like, I don't know. In fact, while I'm at it, let me just check that, okay, none of this is auto-strutted. Even though I literally remember auto-strutting it, but it's fine, I'll do it now. Okay, that's all good. Okay. Where's auto-strut? There we go. Alright, and if I can find auto-strut, there we go. That's everything. Okay, let's simulate again. The Kraken is hungry for some of that sweet rocket, yup. Alright. Hopefully our Callisto 1 is going to be nice and Kraken-proof now. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, so I think my aerodynamics are better now. And we should hopefully see this thing not flip out. It was always around the sort of 200 meters per second mark that it was flipping out. Please work. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Fairing, nah. Fairing wouldn't fix anything. We just need a really, really wide fairing, and that would create more drag. And yeah, I don't think that would really fix anything. Like, if this had smaller wings, maybe a fairing would be viable, but no. I just can't see that working. I mean, obviously, you know, attaching a plane to the top of a rocket is a slightly dodgy practice. You know, there's a good reason why the space shuttle was mounted on the side of the tank, not on top of it. Obviously, then you have to deal with offset thrust, and, you know, if you've tried to build a space shuttle replica, you know that's a bit of a challenge. Something I did think of was side mounting this and then offsetting that offset thrust using an SRB. The only difference is that these engines aren't firing at sea level, unlike the space shuttle main engines. Have you the parts that make a wing that can be folded and extended at altitude? Nope. I think if you mean like well, I think I have the hinges, but I don't think that's what you're thinking of. I think you're thinking of ones that like will literally fold out, which I think, you know, it's in one of the mods I have, but I don't have it unlocked. Anyway, no Kraken attack, so that's pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and fire up our engines. And we're off. Okay. Alright, we're gonna watch our pitch. Watch our pitch indicator in the bottom left. And yeah, let's just hope this works. Okay. I'm gonna start pitching over now. Alright, let's be very, very careful. I mean, the VAB claims that this thing is aerodynamically stable. So I'm still going to be careful, but this is looking promising-ish. I really don't want to speak too soon. Okay. We're going to throttle down at, you know, sort of near the supersonic mark. There we go, let's bring that throttle down. In fact, we can keep our engines throttled down as well. Oh, we're flipping out, we're flipping out. We made it much further. So yeah, okay, our wings just came clean off. Okay. I could have a horrible ascent profile of getting up to 15 kilometers and then pitch over. It could work, to be honest. I'm going to restart that. I think that with the right profile, this can work. I mean, okay, well, whoever said the VAB doesn't lie. Well, I mean, it says it should be stable, so, I mean, and it's clearly an aerodynamic issue. Like, that happened as we were hitting the sound barrier. I mean, I did pitch over pretty aggressively. So I think just rule of thumb, don't pitch over aggressively, okay? It's never a good idea. Even with a stable rocket. Okay. So I think that... Okay, so the kind of go up and then pitch over idea, it could work, but I think that what might work a little bit better is just immediately pitch over, you know, 5 to 10 degrees pretty early on. So if we do a much slower pitch maneuver, but then start it much earlier. Wait till you are in the thinner air. Hopefully the aerodynamic forces will be lessened there. Yeah, I mean, it's less about your absolute pitch and more how far off prograde you are. So obviously if you're going straight up, you're going to be basically fixed on prograde, which is, you know, that's great. But obviously pitching over slowly means that you're nice and close to prograde. But given the nature, I don't know how to really say this, but like, given how much delta V is in that first stage, and we need to land it, it might, you know, I kind of do want to be picking up some, like, we're going to get out of the atmosphere really, really easily. So I want to try and put more of that delta V into horizontal speed. Alright, okay, let's give this another go. Alright, once my actual launch vehicle loads in, that would be great. Okay. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're gonna go very, very slowly here. Hang on, our pitch is already working really hard, so we're gonna... Yeah, we're going very slowly. In fact, I might just... Okay. In fact, you know, we're gonna hold this attitude. We're not gonna change this. Jeez, I mean... It's working really hard. Oh, gee, okay. I don't know what to do. Like, I could add more fins, but like, I thought I had enough, honestly. Okay. You know what? This is the last try with no more changes. We're just gonna go straight up and then, yeah, wait till we're in the thinner parts of the atmosphere. Just do a shuttle. Okay, yeah, I could definitely try mounting this on the side. In fact, one idea I did have was, you know, have it side mounted and then have one SRB on the opposite side to try and offset that. Hang on. Hang on, No, that wouldn't help. That wouldn't help. You don't want the SRB on that side. Okay, so actually here's what you can do. You're just gonna have to try and picture this in your head. Okay, so imagine this, basically the same booster. You have the shuttle, or like the orbiter on one side. You have two SRBs, and the SRBs are deflected. The nozzles are deflected towards the orbiter, and that should hopefully offset some of that offset thrust. So okay, we might scrap this sort of fully stacked booster idea and go for a side mounted setup. We're gonna have much less aerodynamic problems. So I am restarting the simulation here, but I might just, you know, yeah, we might just completely change things up. And welcome back, Notative. Great to see you back. That was a fairly short VR session, I must say, but no, you do you. So okay, I think we are gonna scrap this vertical stacking idea and instead go for a horizontal stacking setup. To be honest, I don't think it's even worth trying this launch. Like, if it requires a really precise launch profile, that I don't want to launch it frequently. Just YOLO this one straight up and pitch over. What could go wrong? True, it might not flip out, but then we've just taken a really inefficient flight profile, and for something, yeah, I don't know. I want to be efficient, and you know, like why I think that the horizontal stacking is just a better idea in general. Alright, we're gonna just terminate the simulation. No point even doing it. Okay, so yeah. I think we don't really need to change anything about the booster. We're just going to be putting our space plane on the side. Then we should be good. And yeah, I think deflecting the SRB's nozzles will kind of make up for that offset thrust. Okay, I'm dropping frames now. Not fantastic. Hopefully that sorts itself out. Okay, so kind of, if you think about it this way, okay, so the whole thing will pitch over towards the orbiter, whichever side the orbiter's on. So having, you can't put an SRB where the orbiter is, for obvious reasons. If you put one on the other side, that would only make the offset thrust worse. So instead, we're going to put them on either side and then deflect the thrust towards the orbiter. Okay. Alright, say goodbye to the vertical stacking. Time for something different. We're going to reroute it to our booster probe core. And yeah. Alright. Let's see. Are we gonna... Okay, should we put the orbiter on the underside or the top? I think I'm gonna put it on the underside. I mean, that's kind of what the shuttle did, and it's good for a number of reasons. Okay, well, this thing is routed to its engine. That's fine. I guess I can... Actually, no, because it's not going to let me offset it very far. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is fun. Just let me grab a part, please. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to load up the orbiter by itself and then reroute it to one of the tanks. Okay, save, open. Where is it? Callisto 1 orbiter. Hold shift while offsetting to offset it really far. Oh well, I mean, this is probably just easier to do this. Let's retract these. And, hang on, where do we want to... I guess I'll route it to that cargo bay. Okay, so we're going to go to Callisto 1. And then let's open up our orbiter. Merge. And which way do we want to rotate it? That way. I'm sorry, what? Can I not place this on here? What? What is this? It doesn't want to let me place it on the decoupler. That's very, very helpful. Thanks, game. Oh well. I don't know what to do. How do I get this thing to attach properly? Can you actually attach that part? Is what I'm thinking. Okay, well that doesn't actually attach, so that's useful to know. Alright, so I'm gonna have to reroute this to a different part. Alright, we are actually dropping quite a few frames. It shouldn't be too bad. Stream's still up. Okay, so let's reroute it to the fuselage. Okay, merge. There we go, that's actually going to attach. I don't know why it's off to the side like that, but whatever. Okay, let's remove as much torque as possible. Okay, I think that's pretty much perfectly centered. Actually, not quite. Hang on. Is the center of mass of this orbiter actually offset or something? Why are the wings like that? I'm sorry. Yo, it wasn't like that before. Okay, what actually happened to that? The control surfaces are fine. Hang on. Yeah, what? I'm honestly confused. KSP is acting very weird today. I cannot lie. Okay, let's get rid of this and just merge this again. Okay, it has not done the same thing. Thank you. Okay, but as soon as I place it, it just does that. I don't know what's up with this. Okay, hang on, I have an idea. I'm sorry? Why is it doing this? I mean, whatever, I can just place them back, but I feel like that shouldn't be happening. KSP is a strange game. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Oh, come on. Okay. I don't know what's up with this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Remove this from symmetry, and then... let's see. I mean, I don't think it's possible to flip that around. Okay. Okay, I think if I grab the whole... If I grab the whole craft and rotate it like that, it still doesn't. Okay. Okay. I actually don't know how to fix this. This is a weird thing. No clue where this is happening. Alright, I also don't know why it takes so long just to undo something. Oh, I'm just finding things to complain about, aren't I? Alright, come on. I believe in you, KSP. Let me just get rid of this. What if I try merging this orbiter, this booster, to the plane instead? Can I not set that as the root? Damn. I guess I can't then. Rip. Wait, can I really not do that? What do you mean? What if I... Okay, hang on. What if I use a different decoupler? Like, can I set this as the root? No. I guess it makes sense that I can't do that. But still, like, seriously. I feel like I should be able to... whatever. Welcome back, Mikolaj. Yes, it's with it. It's pronounced like that, isn't it? Alright. Yeah, having a bit of trouble with this, because, I can just try... I can try. Alright, let's go to the orbiter. And, what I'm going to do is... Hang on, let's get this up a little bit. We were having a weird issue earlier where I tried to attach this to the booster, and the wings, like, one side would be flipped around, which is a very strange issue, and I've just loaded that instead of merged it. Well done me. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but KSP is acting very, very, very weird. Alright, let's merge this. And I don't even know, dude. Okay, now what if I reroute it here and then grab that, and now I can't attach that. Okay, so I can set that as a kind of sub route. Okay, I think I see what's going on. That needs to be the right way around. Okay, do I have this? Why does that happen? I'm sorry, what? That has happened every time I've tried to do this. Hey, welcome Carnassa to the stream. It's great to see you here. And yeah, I'm trying to work on a sort of space shuttle type thing. And I'm just so confused. Every time I've tried to, like, attach this onto my booster, this has happened. Like, okay, so I'm using procedural wings here, right? And literally they just get flipped on one side, and I don't know what to do. Like, yeah. Yep, pained by the sound of things, you are absolutely right. But, dude, have you actually had this problem before? Because I know you use procedural wings in a lot of your builds, so I assume the wing symmetry is set to mirror. Should be, yeah. Okay, you know what I'm going to try to do? Let's not save this. I'm going to open my booster. In fact, yeah, okay, we'll do that. And then what I'm going to do is open the original, like, space plane hangar version. I don't know if this is going to fix anything, but it's worth trying. And that's actually not got the correct root part, so hang on. So, oh, you nice, you got it in your recommended. Well, I guess I'm glad my streams are getting pushed out to people. Alright, so here's my orbiter. And Okay, so what I'll do is I'll reroute it to the fuselage. A bit like so. Okay, now we can go back to the VAB and open up my my booster. Yeah, so just you know, because I know you've missed basically all of the stream. But originally I was gonna have a vertically stacked version, and yeah, not really the best idea. It just, yeah. That's why I have so many fins. In fact, I'm gonna be taking some of those off. I'm probably only gonna need. These aren't even placed in symmetry. Wow. I'm only gonna need that. Okay, so I don't know why. Okay, whatever. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah. Don't vertically stack a spaceplane on a booster. That's just not gonna work. Note to self. All right. Okay, so watch this, yeah. So, okay, let's try to attach this, right? Okay, so look at that. Our wings are in the correct configuration, and then that happens, and yeah, that's been happening literally every time. I've tried to. I actually don't know what's happening. Okay. I'm going to try to do this in the spaceplane hangar. And I don't know if this is going to make any difference, I should say. But, looks like my viewers know Carnassa. That's pretty cool. Okay, I don't know why this is taking forever to load the spaceplane hangar, but we'll get there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe a problem with procedural wings. Like, okay, that's flipped on its side. Alright, so we're gonna... Let's open our orbiter. Alright. Come on. You can do it, you can do it. Alright, let's flip it on its side, like so. If I can get it in the right orientation, that'd be fantastic. I think that's the one I want. Alright. Try routing the center of the spaceplane, remove the wings, set symmetry to mirror, and replace them after you've mounted the plane on the booster. Yeah, okay. That sounds like I might have to do that. Yeah, cool. Procedural wings are a pain at times. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll try what you suggested. And it might be easier if I kind of do that and center this. God, this is a very cramped spaceplane hangar right here. I'm gonna move everything down. That might be helpful. Okay. Let's see how well centered I could get this. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna route this to the, is it gonna let me? Hello? I'm literally clicking. Okay, there we go. Alright. Let's try this. So, yeah, these need to be in symmetry, of course. Okay, that's working. I just need to just make sure they're in the right place now. Something I should have paid attention to when taking them off. But yeah, okay. So after we've done this, then we still need to make some changes to the booster. Namely, yeah, we're going to need to deflect the thrust on those SRBs so that we can make up for this slightly off-balance weight. And I didn't realize how much like taller this spaceplane is compared to the booster. Okay, so that wing should kind of just reach the end of the docking port. Alright, got it. Okay, that needs to be in radial symmetry. And there we go. That's the placement for that. And then for these canards, I guess that kind of lines up with that wing there. That window. Window's wing, same thing. So I'm going to... I think what I did was actually placed it there and then offset it. So I think that's what I'm going for. Alright. In fact, they were basically just as far forward as I can get them without looking weird. I could have them like that far forward. But yeah, we're gonna go with what I had before. Because it works. There we go. Okay. I guess thanks Carnassa for suggesting that. It seems to have worked, so. Alright, I appreciate that. Okay. So let's go back to the VAB, and hopefully the wings don't do the exact same thing. Well, I doubt they will, but... Yay, okay, there we go. Let's grab this, and... Alright. Does anyone else get this issue where you can't pick anything up? Like, is it gonna let me? Alright, yeah, I'm glad it worked. Because now we can actually continue progress of building this. Alright. I really want to get this done in this stream. Don't know how realistic it is, but... Alright, I really wish the VAB let you kind of use the middle mouse button to move around like it does in the spaceplane hangar. But I guess you can't have that on both buildings. On that, I'm off to play some games with some mates. Have a great stream. All right, thanks for tuning in, Carnassa, and yeah, have a good one. Okay, so let's see. The good thing is that our center of lift is lower. Cute fins, thanks. Welcome, Alacia. I think that's actually how Alacia. No, you say Alacia, don't you? Yeah, welcome to the stream. And yeah, I'm probably gonna change these fins, but I'm glad you like them. But alright, let's get going. So at the moment it looks very, very strange with this setup. So I might do something about that. At the moment the booster looks really short and stumpy compared to the plane. But anyway, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna make sure this decoupler isn't staged. Alucia, okay. Alright, here we go. So, staging isn't correct. Okay, whatever. We worry about the staging later. Actually, no, we don't worry about staging later. We worry about it now. Okay, so that needs to be on that stage there. Okay. And then that's gonna fire with... Okay, actually, we don't need this decoupler here. In fact, we don't need this entire interstage. So if KSP decides to get us off here. She's my wife. She asked what I was watching and wants to watch as well. But I'm going to have fun. That's great. Looks like we got a bit of extra viewership. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Double trouble, yep. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Might just use that standard nose cone. Damn, I'm honestly not a huge fan of how short and stumpy this booster is. Okay, so what's the move? Okay, I'm gonna actually yeah, okay. We're gonna keep the booster pretty much how it is for the time being. I'm gonna reduce the thrust on our little MVAC engines. Not really, to be honest. I think it's really the SRBs that are doing most of the work here. Let's turn down the thrust a little. Okay. That's looking good. And, okay. Oh, okay, so this thing isn't fueled up. That's why there's, like, no delta V in that stage. Okay, so let's do that. Let's fuel that up. There we go. And now this actually looks like it might be orbit capable after all. Okay. Oh, the stream's buffering? Yeah, I think we did drop a few frames a moment ago. But YouTube is telling me that I have excellent connection right now, so I'm gonna trust YouTube because YouTube would never lie to me. Everyone knows that YouTube is a very reliable company, very very transparent. Anyway, all of that aside, okay. So, quick reminder that the booster is going to be doing return to launch site shenanigans. So, we're going to need to make sure it has enough delta V for that. And we also need to make sure this has a probe core. That's pretty important. So let's add more fuel, I guess. Refresh sorted it. Yeah, that's something that happens with YouTube quite a lot. Alright. Let's get our nice orange texture. And there we go. We need these to be at the very top. Alright. To be honest, they are, you know, nothing wrong with having a little bit of extra fuel in our booster stage. You know, that's not going to hurt anyone. It just means that our orbiter should be able to get a bit further. Where am I from? I'm from London. Okay, so let's clip these up a little bit. Well, not clip, but offset them. You know, you kind of want these to be as high as possible. And, yeah, cool. Welcome back, Yagoda Mag. And, okay, so, were you here when I said I was gonna change stuff? Okay, whatever. But yeah, we are going for a slightly different design than before. Alright, can I... yeah, KSP keeps doing this. It doesn't want to let me, get rid of these. Alright, there we go. Let's take these off as well. Okay. What's our aerodynamic situation looking like? Okay, well, I've actually completely forgot about this. Okay, so our center of mass is very much offset. So is our thrust. So we're going to need to add some deflection to these SRBs. And those aren't deflecting the way that I want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually... Yeah, I'm going to rotate these, and hopefully that... Okay, that's not what I wanted, but whatever. Actually, if I place these in... I can't. Can I place these in radial symmetry? I think I can. That might be helpful. So at the... Okay, what is going on? Yeah, okay. So radial symmetry isn't the way to go with this. Okay, I'm very, very confused right now. Okay, that's fine. Hello. Can I have, like, more than 5 FPS? Thank you. Thank you very much, game. Okay, this thing is acting very, very weird. I think I just need to rotate these around. Okay. My game is struggling. I don't know why. It's just all of a sudden it's decided it's not gonna cooperate. Let's see what I can do. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. Am I dropping frames on OBS? I don't think I really am. It's just my game that's really not having a good day. Okay. Come on. Do you wanna give me frames? I would love that. Okay, whatever. Let's see. So yeah, these things need a bit of deflection to make up for this offset center of mass. And at the moment, they're kind of deflecting inwards, as you can see. So we're going to need to do something about that. Why is it? Okay, whatever. Okay. Actually, okay, these need to be placed in radial symmetry. Rather than hang on. I'm getting my symmetries mixed up. This needs to be placed in mirror, not radial. So if I go for that, and then for this, I can... Yeah, okay. So if I rotate it this way... There we go, and... Okay, perfect. That's what I want it to do. And then we just need to offset these this way, and I think it's better if I don't have them on local. There we go. That's... Okay, these need to be offset outwards as well. Okay, that's good. Alright. So, okay, if you look at our thrust vector, we need to make sure it's nice and lined up with our center of mass, so kind of hard to see, but at the moment it's actually deflected a bit too far. So, there we go. It might also be worth deflecting these main engines as well. They can gimbal 3 degrees, but, I mean, we do have verniers as well, but, yeah, I mean, welcome Katniss. It looks like we have the whole Car NASA squad TM up in here. But, yeah, welcome. So yeah, we're basically just building a space shuttle-ish kind of vehicle. Except it's, you know, it's got a booster rather than, you know. Good grief, is everyone from Car NASA stream here? Seems like it. Okay. So we just gotta think, when our booster separates, we're gonna be left with just this core stage, and thrust isn't really deflected here. So it's going to be better to have all of our thrust deflected rather than just the boosters. So I don't know how many degrees this is meant to be, but let's say 3 degrees, right? Okay. Do I have a way of precisely doing this? Oh, that's actually a pain. So these aren't aligned. Okay, that's fine. So these all need to be rotated like 1 tick in this direction. Yeah, we have Wrench Squad here, hopefully, if Alicia haven't left. We have been having crackin' fun here tonight. I see what you did there. Alright. And the Kraken definitely has been having fun tonight. Yeah, we did have a couple Kraken attacks earlier. Yeah, just didn't want us to have SRBs, basically. This is not RSS. This is a stock with Outer Planets mod. But yeah, we do have a lot of part mods installed. Alright, so what I'm going to do is rotate each of these engines a little bit. So I don't know how much I want to be rotating them. And actually, a good way to find out would be to take off these SRBs. And it's doing the thing again. It really likes to do this. Wait, it just doesn't want to... Okay, so... Generally, this seems to help if I spam click the root part. Does this happen to anyone else? Is it just me? Where it just won't let you pick up any parts? Like, that happens a lot to me. Okay. Okay, so each of these engines need to be rotated. I think if I hold shift and then do 1 tick for each of these engines. I'm hoping that that's what we need. Okay, so if you follow that thrust vector, that's going to go slightly past the center of mass. So now we have a little bit of torque in the opposite direction. I have the opposite problem. It will just randomly throw the part around in the VAB. That's kind of, well, not what I get. So yeah, that's interesting. And now I've just realized that, God, there's so many just random problems that just pop up. And it's that, yeah. If I want to land this thing, having offset engines like this is a terrible idea. So yeah, no, we're not going to have these rotated. We're just going to rely on gimbaling to do that. Because remember that we do have some Vernier engines, so I'm hoping that it's going to be fine. God, this is a bit of an ambitious launch vehicle, to be honest. Well, like, not just for, like, the technology that we have, but for me. I don't build stuff like this very much, and what am I even doing? Okay. So yeah. I think it's mainly just the SRBs that needs to be, kind of deflected. So let's do that. Okay, and that looks pretty good. As for aerodynamics, yeah, we might need some fins at the bottom. I don't know what I'm going to do, because change the SRB to a liquid-fueled asparagus setup. That's... Okay, so the point of this is that it's going to be recoverable, and the parts that aren't recovered are going to be cheap. Having, you know, it's a good idea for efficiency's sake, but that means more parts to recover. That's difficult to do, you know. The good thing about SRBs is they are dirt cheap. Like, these cost like 7k each. So I'm not really throwing away that much money by expending these. However, if they were liquid fueled boosters, you know, that's, you know, more cost. So, while I would like to do that, yeah, I don't think that's really gonna happen. Alright, okay, so this thingy, this orbiter, needs to be needs more spacing. Where is it even attached? I can't even, okay, so there's a decoupler right here. So what I need to do is, offset this a little bit in this direction. Hang on, okay, I've decoupled the wrong part. I mean, offset the wrong... Increase in gimbaling. I mean, these SRBs can gimbal, the procedural ones. They can gimbal up to about 5 degrees, which is actually better than my liquid engines on my core stage, so yeah. Okay, can I grab this decoupler? By any chance, there we go. Alright, and let's offset this. I think it's meant to be like that. In science mode, lol funds are like, what you want about, bruv? Yep. I guess science mode is kind of freeing in that sense. Like, you can do whatever you want, but there's still a sense of progression. Which I kind of like that. I mean, I basically never play science. In fact, I've literally never played science. Why is my TWR so low? I feel like it shouldn't be this low. That's kind of weird. Everything's at like max thrust basically. And it's not meant to be that low. Oh no, okay, it's because my decouplers are on this stage. There we go. Alright, okay. So, yeah, we basically need this to not... I don't know. Okay, well, do I have Septitrons unlocked? I think I do. I'm definitely going to need those. So let's go ahead and place one here. Okay, yeah, because these, at the moment, aren't really going to peel away properly from the core stage, so yeah. They don't need to be, like, perfectly symmetrical. They're just Separatrons. And let's make sure they are on their own stage, like so. Okay. We are making progress. Might not have time for a test flight today, but I'll do one tomorrow. I'm definitely going to stream tomorrow. But I can at least finish, you know, a lot of this designing. This thing's going to need its own sort of avionics, so... yeah, I should go ahead and sort that out. What probe core are we going with? I might just make this a fairing and... you know... add a probe core. So if I add one of these hollow rings, I think these are pretty good. And make that the size that I want. Grab a probe core. Actually, we're going to need more than just a probe core. We shall also want batteries, I guess a reaction wheel too. And then we should be set. Look, game. Take your time, game. You can do this. You can load a battery. I'm sure you can do it. Alright, so I guess now that we have a spare moment, for those of you who are not in my Discord server, there's a link in the description, although someone said that it didn't work, so if that doesn't work, try the one on my channel page. But yeah. Gotta plug the Discord, you know. Alright, this is completely frozen. Never click on a battery. This will happen to your game. Apparently. There we go. We got our battery. Okay, so I don't know how many we need. 2 would probably do the trick. And then we got to add a reaction wheel. And then a probe core. And then that's basically all we need. And then we'll just add some fairing halves. There we go. That's a, well, it's not. There's no symmetry, but there we go. That's a nice looking nose cone. Actually, can I make this orange? I don't think there's actually a plain orange texture. I mean, I guess the white kind of matches with the SRBs. Alright. That's decent, that's decent. In fact, I think that's almost done. Like, I can't think of anything else that needs to be done. So, I mean, we could try a test flight, but I am running pretty low on time here. And we have been streaming for over 3 hours, which is a personal record. You know, it seems like a shame to end the stream without doing a test flight, so... Hang on, okay, let me just put some launch clamps on. That's definitely a big help. Let's see, we'll add one up here, I think. No, that's going to clip into the tail. If I kind of add them on the side of that. Like so, and then add one sort of up here. Okay, it looks weird, but it's going to hopefully do the trick. Actually, I somehow didn't add these. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, so it took a while, but I think we've got there. I think. Obviously, you know, once I do the test flight, you know, I might encounter a problem that I didn't even expect, but I think this looks decent. I want to build planes in KSP now. Well, I mean, go for it. They're pretty fun to build, actually. It took me a little bit longer than I'd like to admit to get this plane design finalized. But yeah, planes are pretty fun to work on, and it's I mean, I would be lying if I said I haven't done planes in this series, because you know I'm making videos on this series as well. In fact, the first stuff I did was planes, but haven't done any sort of space plane. yeah, don't get me wrong, space planes are fun. So, there we go. I think that's what we're going. Actually, okay. It looks so nice, smooth. Okay. Well, thanks, I guess. Like, I don't know. I feel like the fact that the plane is like bigger than the booster is just kind of weird, but maybe that's just me. And I've also just remembered that we're missing fins on this lower thing because yeah, this isn't aerodynamically stable. But I mean, I'm glad you like the way it looks. I don't know if I'm gonna agree, but I'll definitely take that. Not quite sure what to do here. Very Poggers rocket so far. Well, I'm glad you think so as well. What if I add a scaled up winglet here? Because all I want to do is bring that center of pressure down. I don't like how far up that is. I'm also not... I mean, I don't really know how it's going to behave. Because it's, like, quite far away there. Okay, so, actually... Because when it's flying, right, it's gonna be this way around. And so the plane will kind of be on the bottom. With the booster on top here. So I don't know what that really means. I don't know if it makes a difference. Like, if it's above or below. It's just about if it's in front or behind. From what I understand. So what it could be worth doing. Okay, yeah. It definitely would be worth making my booster a bit lower. And, in fact, okay. Yeah, this would definitely help. Because then I can have my fins lower. Which is very important. Okay. Alright, so if I have it sort of like that. And I actually, just for aesthetics sake, I'm going to have these all at the same level. And the plane will slightly go above the booster, but that's fine. Welcome, Pesky Bud. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. And yeah, building a reusable launch vehicle. Kind of space shuttle-esque. But I guess this kind of looks like Space Shuttle plus Falcon 9. Because we have the grid fins, we have landing legs on this core stage. And actually, the core's kind of more similar to Energia because it has actual engines on it instead of just being a big fuel tank. This is still gonna, this will probably flip out if I fly this. So if I scale this up to like 200%, it doesn't seem to be doing much to bring down my center of pressure. Might have to get kind of creative with these fins here. So what I might do once my game has decided to not be weird, I'm gonna put some fins right here. I'm hoping that kind of counterbalances that in a way. Okay, well, it doesn't want to update my center of pressure, but whatever. Looks a bit like Buran, yeah. I mean, it's, yeah, the fact that it's kind of on a rocket rather than a big fuel tank. Okay, so the game basically just isn't updating my center of pressure. Hang on, yeah, it doesn't want to move. So if I unload and reload this, it should hopefully fix that issue. Because I would like to know where my center of pressure truly is. So let's save this. I guess make a new thing and then load. I can't tell if that's moved at all, but yeah, I think it's doing the old thing that it loves doing, which is not showing me where my center of pressure really is. I mean, okay. Well, I'm pretty happy with the progress that I've made on this thing. Okay, so I've been streaming for like over 3 hours now, and yeah, I think that is gonna bring us to the end of the stream. For sure, I'm gonna stream tomorrow and, you know, test this thing, do some simulations, see if I can finalize this. You know, maybe get some decals on it, get it looking nice and nice, I guess. And yeah, subscribed. I don't know why I didn't earlier. Well, thanks for subscribing. Greatly appreciate that. And I'm sorry that you only caught the end of the stream, but yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. If you want to join my Discord server, there's a link in the description. Of course, you can join that if you want. If you want to subscribe, you know, follow the example of Pesky Bird and click the subscribe button. And yeah, because I will be streaming tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have this thing finished. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, have a great rest of your day.